It doesn't matter what you want. I will succeed, whether you like it or not. I am unstoppable. When will you learn that? When will you learn that?
Again, Mr. Williams, I invite you to conversate with me directly. I don't do all this internet stuff. The problem is you're going after my family, you post my children, and then you mention my name. So you and I, we need to have a conversation. And yes, this is a forever problem.
It's me, Darius Cooks, also known as your local scammer.
You are, you gay, growing up in Chicago, you just end up being with a tribe of people. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. It might be different now, but when I was growing up, there were crews. We had people we hung with, right? Anyway, and I hung with people like, you remember Calvin, LaVelle, those are people that I used to hang with back in the day, and you see what happened now, especially with randomness of Veil. We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? Come to think of it, let me not bring his name up, because let me tell you something. He probably, he ready to. Where's the expose? Where is the expose?
Show out, run your mouth, pop off at the mouth. I do something called an attack. When you do the attack, you got to make sure you're real rooted and grounded. Look that way. Make sure you're real rooted and grounded so they don't know what's about to go on. You just attack them. You just attack them. What did I say? I said you better do what I said to do. Did they think you're crazy? If they think you're crazy, they'll just walk away slowly like that.
Yeah, I stole from the church. Then, okay, the first time I definitely remember stealing was I stole from this lady's purse, a teacher at school. I was on, did I give it back? I probably should go up there right now and give a donation. That's probably what I need to do. It was this teacher at school, and I used to go to, what school was this? It was Douglas. I guess I was in House B at Douglas. I was in House A. I forgot. But this would have been like 1990. Okay, let me see. Hold on. If I graduated 8th grade in 95, it would have been like 1993 or something. Girl, that's so long ago. I can't remember shit. 30 years ago. Okay, that's how long ago this shit was. 30 years. So, I thought nobody even seen me steal that money out of her purse. I took $20 out of her, and I would take the money. I used to go to I remember with that 20, I went to the corner store and I got me some oatmeal cream pies. I got some vanilla ice cream. I got some of them toasted coconut donuts. I got me some tangy cheese chip. I was fed. I was still to eat. I was fed. We was poor, right? So I remember I stole from the lady purse, and I had got caught.
And I said, damn, how they catch me? Ain't nobody even seen me go in her purse. But they found each other. I had to go to the principal's office every day. I called my mama. I got my ass toe clean up. So that was the first time. The second time I remember stealing was at the church. The third time, this when I said I better stop this. I think I came to my senses after this, after the third time. After the third time, I said, this is, the third time I got caught. I said, no, I can't do this. It was like more like organized crime. I could have got a RICO charge. Let me tell you what had happened. I had this job, right? I told y'all this before. I had this job. I used to work at Frank's Nursery and Craft in North Riverside. She said, third? I know. Girl, I was a kid. You kids do dumb shit because they kids. I used to work at Frank's Nursery and Craft. It was in North Riverside, right? It was like, when you go into North Riverside, you gotta go past the Best Buy, and then on the right-hand side, before you go to the mall, there's the, it was Frank's Nursery and Craft, right? And I used to, I was on the cash register. Let me tell you what I used to do. So let's say you come and you come to the register and you do your stuff, right? You be like, okay, I'm gonna cash out. Back then, the credit card, everything was separate. It wasn't the same. So what I used to do is if your bill was like $37.41, right? I would charge your credit card $41 and whatever the cent is, and then take the $10 out the grocery store. Out the cash register. Out the grocery store, Lord Jesus. Out the cash register, right? So I would probably make about between like $80 and $100 doing that a day. Girl, today, I guess somebody down to the accounting department started doing a reconciliation. I thought you just started scamming. You a whole professional. I know, child. Somebody down to the accounting department started saying, wait a minute now, store number 672 look a little funny on the on the P&L. A day, child. I didn't do it like every day. It would be like, I'd probably do it like, if I ain't work, I was a kid. I wasn't working every day. I was only working like specific days. So I would only do it like, let's say if I work 3 days a week, I would do it like 2 days a week. I wouldn't do it the whole time. Yeah. But yeah, I did that. It's one of my fun. I'm not proud of it. Never sounds proud of it. Oh God, we thank God for deliverance. Oh girl, please. I ain't the only person.
This, you know what? This is the thing. It don't come up no more. This is as far as it come up. I guess I didn't get the one with the extra long handle on it. It's fine. This one, I like the spin mop. You ain't got to touch it. I twisted the pole. This is as far as it go up. It only go to 48. What's 48? 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 4 feet. This 4 feet tall. This about 4 feet. This about 2 feet. This 2 more feet. The tallest it go to 48. That's it. It's not meant for me. It's meant for Maria. I love this mop. Girl, it don't the fuck go up. Extendable telescope. 22 to 36 inches or 36 to 48. Bitch, you got 2 choices. 22 to 36 or 36 to 48. That's it. It don't go no fucking higher than that. Okay? Now, do you want the flow clean or not? What the fuck do the size of the mop got to do? Girl, twist. I have twisted. Girl, down, up, down, up, down, up. I'll talk to y'all later. Breon. She crazy as hell, but so are you. The helper came in with a bathrobe. A bathrobe and a suitcase. A roll-on suitcase. Bitch, if you're not showing down with Darius Cooks with a bathrobe and a roll-on suitcase, what are you doing? Okay? Do not ask me why she came in there with that bathrobe on. She was fully dressed, but don't ask me. I don't know. And she had that suitcase. She fit right at home. Anytime you show up, and that's my first time ever meeting you, and you that comfortable, bitch, you at home. She ain't going nowhere. All right? Nowhere.
I'm spirited about this Darius thing. You can't be up in here playing games with my Darius. I will fight you. Okay, I'm not even a fighting person. I don't fight people. But I promise you, boy, what year is this? Back in the top of, shoot, what was it, 2014? It was the end of 2014 or the beginning of 2015 when Darius was given to me. And baby, we went through it over on Periscope. And that baby let everything be known. You know, he was opening up. And, you know, you learn his story. And you be like, you know what? Not on my watch, okay? Nobody else is going to come in here and nobody's going to come in here and mess with my Darius.
Police station. Why am I not in jail? Where's the record? Where's the Okay. Y'all believe anything, child. Okay. Then that's what happened. I saw women.
So much, you must wake up and just make up stuff. Cause I just do not understand why every time you talk, you tell a quick lie. You and your lies gotta go, because I'm tired of talking to Pinocchio. Then you had a nerve to look folks in the eyes, knowing that you telling them lies, you be telling them lies. I asked you about this, then you lied about it. I asked you about that, then you lied about it. Get them lies together, they all over the place. I bet if Jesus came back, you would lie to his face. Damn, Pinocchio, I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. I said, Pinocchio, I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. Now, boo! Let's go, start telling all them lies, you know, but what? Let's go, cause I don't believe nothing you say at this point, cause all you do is lie, 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 lie. Mama! 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 Mama!
What's up, good Vipo? Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing hate pa, hateful crooks, or scam pa in the chat to let me know that you can hear me in the chat. Thank you to everyone who is joining us this evening. A special shout out to our channel members, B Hunt, Renee, Shanice, Jackie, Marianne, Coker, Shanice. I think I said Shanice. And at Saint Center and everybody else, Donna Hammond I see as well, and everyone else who's in the chat, and Renee I see, and Capricorn, and everyone in Socks Not Filmed. It's like I'm starting to see the names more. Anyway, we are back. We have not been covering Darius Cooks in quite a while, and of course, the way that she operates, there's always something happening. Whether I talk about it or not, trust me, there's always something happening. So tonight, the plan is, I decided after our earlier live, because I'm back again, twice in one day. Look at me. I decided to try to give us a bit of an update. There's so much more, but we want to start working our way to getting refamiliarized with what's happening so we don't get too far behind with covering her as she is on her way to Bali, escaping to Bali. And so we're going to talk about that. Tonight, we're going to revisit a little bit of what we talked about yesterday with how Jeromie The Kake King, Jeromie The Kake King is winning and Crooks is hating. Then we're going to cover some of the contradictions when it comes to Crooks and the audacity with some of his past antics and how we see that even today, years later, he's still up to the same things. Still up to the same thing. Supposed to be a multi-millionaire, happy with his life, but he's still doing the same miserable-ish that he was doing when he was completely broke and not playing rich. Then we're going to talk also about he is still back out there doing the slanderous Black restaurant reviews. So we're going to touch on that a bit. Also, people are starting to complain about not getting orders again. I've just been doing a little bit of browsing. I'm not deeply up to date with what's happening out there, but it's a little buzzing happening. People not getting their orders and stuff. So we gonna talk about it. That's what we do over here. We talk about it. And then lastly, a Bali update. I know some of you don't really know what's happening with Bali, so we're gonna give some updates on his escape plan to the other side of the earth. Trying to run away from the consequences of his hideous and horrendous behavior. Please, I didn't put the poll out there, but if you haven't as of yet, please hit that like button. We got 154 viewers currently and only 61 likes over here on the YouTube side. So if you can hit that like button, it would be greatly appreciated. It is free to you, but it is invaluable to me and the growth of this platform. Thank you. Please and thank you. First poll question going out is Darius Cooks a hateful and jealous person? Based on your knowledge, based on what you've seen through his actions, over however long you've been aware of his existence, the coverage we've done over here, would you say based on that evidence that Darius Cooks is a hateful and jealous person? You ain't got to agree with me. I haven't even stated my side here. I'm just asking the general question. Yes or no? So what we're going to do is revisit yesterday. If you were here with us, we watched where Darius Cooks was being hateful and jealous with one of his dehivers, and they were dragging, and Catherine Miller said, is water wet? Right. Darius Cooks and his dehiver were dragging Jeromie, his husband, their life, claiming that there's no way that those that talking about their financial situations and everything under the sun. So for those of you who did not see that on yesterday, I'm like, I lost my window. Where is it? Is it? That ain't it. Hold on, I lost my window. There it is. All right. So we're going to watch just a bit of him. I'm going to jump around a little bit because yesterday, and if you missed it and you're interested in last night's video, we went through, we watched quite a bit of it. So is this where, I think it was about where we left off or something. I don't know. Hold on. Let me prime it. All righty. And then let me know how the sound is if it's not good. Oh, I hit the wrong thing.
Yeah, come on, Sarita. Hold on. We need Sarita, and we need, where's Ruby? We need Ruby too. Hi, Courtney. Hi, sugar.
So for those of you who weren't aware, I didn't cue this properly. So as of in this particular live, which happened, what is today? Today's Thursday. What was that? Tuesday night, I think. No, it was yesterday, last night, Wednesday night. Darius Cooks was on his IG lives, as he is multiple times a day. He's been a little more lax with it lately, but generally, 3 to 4 times a day or more. And his followers were asking him to talk about Jeromie having an issue with some small business owner that he purchased candles from, and he was saying they were defective, et cetera, et cetera. So Jeromie has been going back and forth. The dehivers, they love stuff like that. They like drama anyway. That's why they are diehard followers of Darius Cooks, because she comes with drama. So they hear about that. They want Darius Cooks to give commentary on it. So Darius Cooks is pretending as if he's not really quite aware of what's happening. Before this part of the video, he's reading through the comments and he's like, oh, he did what? And she said what? And so he's reading every comment. And then he pulls up one of his followers. Always, though, with Darius Cooks, be mindful of this. He will only pull up his followers who he already knows. He never takes a chance. Like if you're not in his inner circle of people, like haven't been to his events, et cetera, he won't pull you up. Why? Because he wants to control the narrative. So he only pulls up his diehard flying monkey D-hivers. And here's one of them.
Doing?
Listen.
With your crazy self.
No, I've had some medicine, so I'm a little calmer. But
they're also, from what we've seen thus far, 100%, the diehard people are always a little, mentally, they have some stuff going on. She's admitting that she has to take medication to keep herself sane.
If this is how you are when you get your medicine, I'll take this thing when you don't have it.
please, say, okay. But let me tell y'all, hold on, let me get to the light, because I know a bitch gonna say something about my brows and my hair. I ain't combed my hair. Hold on, let me get up.
Do I need to cut these comments off, Sharifa?
This is the crazy part. I don't know anything about this woman, but I'm seeing comments already saying, oh, Lord, please not her again. There's other D-hivers saying that.
Oh, let the bitches talk, because all it takes is one thing to trigger me.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on,
That's what I'm saying.
let me wipe my phone. Let me tell you about Jeremy. Y'all all know how I feel about Jeremy, right?
No, how do you feel?
There he is. you know I can't stand his ass. And y'all, for the record, I have a camera to demonstrate for y'all lying ass folks that's on this live. The cameras were not loose, but they were not torn up. But let me tell you how.
From the girl?
They were not torn up. He demonstrated. Listen. He want to be you so bad, and I know I done said this before, and I'm gonna say it to the day I.
So here's where the projection comes in, because during this live stream, this fellow hiver here only speaks of how Jeremy is trying to be like Darius Cooks. However, Jeremy never talks about Darius Cooks. Jeremy hasn't drugged Darius Cooks in public when it comes to, the Three Kings tour breaking up or any of that. The only person who's talking about the other person is Darius Cooks. And they spent this entire live stream trying to dismantle all credibility as it pertains to Jeremy. However, Jeremy doesn't spend his time talking about the predatory scamming allegations and the sociopathic behavior of Darius Cooks. You never see that. So whose behavior looks more like jealousy and hatefulness?
He tries, but he doesn't have the charisma. He doesn't have the personality, and it has nothing to do with him being from Jackson, Mississippi. It's just
Winona with 2 stoplights. That's what he said. Remember?
Well, yeah, and it has nothing to do with his southern draw. It's him and his arrogance. And like I said, I saw him in person. He's really
again, the projection. She's saying that Jeremy is arrogant. I don't follow him closely. He probably does display arrogance. But how is she talking about him to one of the most arrogant people on social media?
First content creator that I've seen in person. And I told you, we were both at the Sheridan on Canal, 500 Canal. My husband and I.
Okay, so she rambles on. Again, if you want to see more, you can watch our video from last night. So then we fast forward to Darius Cooks gets on here and starts to talk about Jeremy and his personal life and what's going on with how he spends his finances. And he bought a home, but ain't no way he should have been able to buy one because his credit was bad. And I know because he told me all kind of stuff. I think it starts somewhere around here.
Okay to have, to be human and have a human moment, but at the point when you start deteriorating in front of people like this, it's like that's not cool, bro. Like you gotta fix that. gotta fix that. Well, I can't really ask Corey what he thinks. Corey is straight man. It's to the same house, so he didn't move. Jesus, he purchased a new house. What kind of car you bought?
So again, Darius Cooks proclaims to be a multimillionaire, living his best life. Everyone wants to be like him. Every day is like a vacation for him. People who are really happy in their lives and fulfilled don't worry about what other people got going on. For better or worse, they don't really care. They're too busy enjoying their amazing lives. People who behave like this are haters and usually miserable. They're envious of what they see on the other side because the grass appears to be greener. So this is supposedly, allegedly, a successful multimillionaire who's sitting here worried about what a common man who he claimed can't even measure up to him, what he doing with his money.
So give me 50 straight.
Oh, let me get this part too a little bit.
So I know he asked Corey what he think. Corey is straight man. You know what I'm saying? He's a straight man. So you know, straight man, they think differently. You can't be about all that and mad about a Marriott hookup not working out. What's up, Allison? True. True. I get it. He was crashing out. Wow. Yeah, it's tough for him, man. I don't know what to tell y'all, bro. It's tough for the boy. The boy's going through. And to be this old and to have been in the game for this long, it's crazy. She disrespected me in a subliminal post. Let it go. Maybe he's strapped for money now.
He's telling somebody else to let it go because of what somebody said on social media. This is ridiculous.
Well, I mean, that's evident. Because every time he get money, he spend it. That was y'all told me. Every time he get money. What's up, Juwan? Every time he gets money, he spends it. Y'all just said that he bought the Ty new ring. He upgraded his wedding ring. That's a couple thousand. Y'all said he bought, how many cars he bought? How many?
He is inventorying. He is itemizing how much money Jeromie has been spending. This man supposedly him and Jeromie wasn't never really friends. Let him tell it today. So why you all up in this man's business? How you really know what's going on? Why do you care?
I mean, cars he done bought the last, you got the 2 legs. You guys only use 1 foot at a time, but you got how many cars? 3 cars he done bought? Y'all said 2 cars, a Porsche or something? You know, when you start buying all that stuff, you know, it's going to be, and I know he ain't got the credit. I know he ain't got the credit, bro. Quit trying to give me 50 credit. Okay? So I know he ain't got the credit like that. He got 2 new cars. What kind of cars did he get? Oh, then they press down to Louis Vuitton whenever he sells out. What kind of car he bought? Leasing or buying, you know he ain't bought them cars, so you know he got a car note.
Hateful. You know he ain't buy them cars. You know he got a car note because Jeromie can't be successful too. It's so hateful. Success. This is how you know she ain't as successful as she claims to be. Because if Darius Cooks was successful, this conversation would not be happening. What do you think Beyonce get on the phone and be talking about how much the lack of Michelle's money? I know Michelle got a mortgage on that house. I could have bought that with my my restaurant money for the month. It's ridiculous.
No, he got it. Okay. What do you a Porsche and what else? Oh, he paid cash for the Porsche. Oh, nice. Okay, good. Okay, lovely.
I thought he said, you know, he got a car note. You know, he can't buy no car with cash. But now, oh, he did buy it with cash. Oh, lovely. Fake celebration.
Good. He should.
He should.
He was in the credit group a while back. Girl, this is a couple months ago. Okay. A portion of the pickup truck. Oh, nice. Well, look at God. Well, isn't God all right? Well, isn't God all right? I hope he feels good when he gets in. Oh, he ain't no way I'm gonna go buy a new car. You can forget it. Girl, that SRX in that garage got 10,300 miles on it. I will push you till the wheels fall off. And that Range Rover sitting in Georgia is 46,000 miles. I will push you till the wheel fall off. You must got your mind. Oh no, I ain't buying nothing. I'm not buying a thing. All you bought is husband Alexis. Lord.
Thank you, Jackie, for gifting the memberships.
Lord, not Alexis. Jesus. He purchased a new house. Nah, something ain't right. Hold on.
Now that's bothering him. Oh, a house too? Oh no, something ain't right.
Hold on. Back up. Back the train up 1 second. Please back the train up 1 second. Ain't no way he bought a new house in cash. Matter of fact, now I don't give a shit no more. Couldn't have been. Because the house that he had, the one that we was all at, me and Corey and LaQuincy and all that house we was at, we was over at that house. And he kept saying, somebody's going to buy the house. They're going to buy the house. Somebody look at the house to buy the house. Okay,
I'm tired of looking to her, and we got so much more to cover. But I wanted you guys to see. Why is that not closing? I wanted you to see, get a feel for what we're talking about here with the jealous and hateful behavior. He then goes on to expose what he claims to be Jeremie's lack of enough credit to be able to buy a home, never considering the fact that Jeromie does, in fact, have a husband here, something Darius Cooks does not have and is not ever, will never end up with because he's a dysfunctional human being. I know that to be factual. So to Jeromie has been living his best life, not worried about hating on Darius Cooks or his ex-business partner, Darius Cooks and Corey Brim. He is doing his thing. He is working with what he got. He has a couple videos he's put out, one of which was him at the Porsche dealership. Have to meet the music, of course.
Kake King. So listen,
maybe
3 years ago, I was 301 pounds. This was before I had my sleeve surgery. I went and test drove this very car, and I couldn't fit in the car. So now,
okay, it's to the music. I didn't even pay attention to the music playing in the background. So that is Jeromie. He's at the Porsche dealer. He's talking about his testimony, how he's been wanting that car for years, that Porsche. He test drove it many years ago, but he was too big for the car. And so he lost all his weight. He's been working on his fitness. And now he finally bought his dream car. And it was his testimony. So, no, too much music. So then he sits in the car. This looks suspicious to me at first because I'm like, why are you not out in the street with the car? And then I was like, maybe they're going to let the garage door up and he's going to drive off. But no, he just showed it in the showroom. But he does have photos of him in the vehicle, in the street, driving around and stuff. So I think it's great. Congratulations, black man doing his thing. Darius Cooks is like, how he get that? His big credit was bad. He lied. So Darius Cooks is jealous of his purchasing of his vehicles. Darius Cooks is also jealous of his marriage because this is something else Darius ain't got. Partnership. Darius, the only partnership he had was Jerome for, what was that, y'all? 4 to 6 months. And then, that went awry like everything else. So, whereas they are happily married and loving on each other and being in a great partnership, Darius Cooks is still on the dating apps, tooting it up, tooting his bread basket up, begging for somebody to hit it raw, willing to pay for it, as we know that he does in these international foreign countries. He showed y'all pictures of him in the bed with the pool boy, aka Gigolo. Then when he ain't on the apps, sitting there searching for peen, he's over there putting out various messages. Because again, he ain't in no partnership. He ain't got no marriage. He don't know what that means. That's why he confused at how Jeremy and his husband are able to buy 2 cars and a house. That's what partners can do. It's called dual incomes. He don't know. He's too selfish. The few little relationships he's been too selfish to understand when you come together as one, you can do more. So meanwhile, while they living their happy life, Darius Cooks, in between paying for peen, is on the dating apps and then on social media posting and crying about these boys blocking him after he goes on dates with them and getting exposed for being a gutter snipe. This one he posted recently. He says, this is supposed to be in the message exchange between some guy and him. You just, whatever. This, you know what she does, y'all. So I'm just reading it for y'all's sake. Yo, sup? When you taking me out to eat? This is supposed to be the other guy in black. Crooks says, I'm broke, my guy. He will be when he gets scammed in Bali. Well, then this is pointless, the guy says. Crooks says, if you say so, ... Then he goes on to say, because she can't help it. Her ego, ooh, it's sad. It's so sad how badly bruised her ego is that she got to tell random people in a text message that she a millionaire. It is, that's her worth. Oh, it's so sad. Crooks goes on to say, I'll be honest with you. You kind of fumbled a bit. I'm actually a pretty successful entrepreneur with a multi-million-dollar business and pretty financially successful. I wish you the best in whatever you're looking for. Glad to know I was wanted just for money only. What? This why she jealous of this. Because this her life. This her life. It's between on them apps, tooting it up for paid for peen, and getting slighted every other text message and getting ghosted. She don't know what this means. She don't know what a marriage looks like or what a real partnership looks like. Somebody having your back, somebody there for you for richer or poor. She don't understand that. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. But that's not all that Darius Cooks is jealous of. So you got the houses, the cars, or the fact that they can just get them. And Darius Cooks can scam his way into a car and a house. We know that. We've seen her do it before. But she can't scam her way into a relationship. We've seen she can't do that. That she ain't able to do. She also is jealous of Jeremy's success with his ability. Yes, he's had weight loss surgery, but the difference between the two, because they both had weight loss surgery, the difference between the two has been Jeremy's ability to lose the weight and be able to not only lose weight, but be able to take trap pictures. That's what Darius Cooks, or thirst trap pictures. That's what Darius Cooks is jealous of, because he could never. Also, for those in the back of the room, unlike Darius Cooks and the 3 inches of sadness, Jeremy ain't had to put no socks in down there, if you know what I'm saying. Jeremy is working with something. He's jealous of it. Oh Lord, the man got houses, cars, a man, and something to work with. Oh Lord, oh he's so miserable. Oh, he's so miserable. That's why she mad. It makes sense now. I know we've been confused. Like, why he hating? He's supposed to be so successful. He's hating about the things that money can't buy. Money can't buy a successful marriage. Money can't buy, it might be able to buy the weight loss surgery, but it can't buy a body like this. This body got to be worked for. He got to work on his fitness to get that. Darius Cooks has an inability to do that because he has a lack of self-control. Darius Cooks, when he starts to spill over his underwear bands, he runs back to his surgery table for another mommy makeover. Jeremy goes to the gym every day. So he's clearly more disciplined with his gastric bypass surgery. That's what he's jealous. Oh, it makes sense, Crooks. Oh, we get it now. We get it. Oh, yeah, okay, it makes sense. Listen, and on top of that, Jeremy is a baker. He bakes for a living and is able to keep his body that tight. Meanwhile, Darius Cooks, who can't even bake, is sitting there looking like the Pillsbury Doughboy on crack. I get the jealousy now. Oh, Crooks, it makes sense. Oh, it makes sense. Okay. Because I was struggling. I'm like, he's supposed to be so successful. He's supposed to be so rich. He building restaurants. He's building houses and internationally. He flying first class. He's got it like that. He can buy boys everywhere he travels. Why is he so upset at Jeremy and his man, his husband? Why? Because he has everything that money can't buy. Happiness. Because Crooks is not happy. I don't care. Some of y'all get that. Some of y'all know. This is Darius Cooks looking. This is how he look when he is not photoshopping and using the skinny filter. He looking like Miss Netta with no clothes on. That's why he mad at Jeremy and his husband. It makes sense now. This is Crooks with no clothes on. This is Jeremy with no clothes on. Ah, it makes sense. Oh, I get it. Yes. I mean, I probably I don't know. I wouldn't be jealous though. I would just quit getting on the surgery table and go my ass to the gym. Just get off the table and go to the gym. This is why he's jealous. This is what's held in with that. You see that? This is what it looked like when it just spills out. That's when you don't have those skinny filters and Photoshop going on. Because y'all know she does tricks with the mirrors and stuff. With technology. She's a slick one. Oh, she's a slick one. So, congratulations to you, Jeremy, and your husband. I think his name Todd, maybe. You and your husband, happy that you have overcome your experience with having to deal with Satan's spawn and through that Three Queens tour thing. And so wishing you guys much, much more success. It's very good to see a happy power couple, whether they are, whatever the persuasions, gay, straight, all that. Love to see it. Love to see it. Congratulations, guys. And ignore that hater. Ignore her. Don't even give her no energy. Don't give her no energy. I'll take care of it for you. I'll take care of it for you. Poll question we're closing out as we move to our next section. Is Darius Cooks a hateful and jealous person? 95% of y'all say yes. 5% of y'all, hey, D-havers. Y'all welcome over here. Y'all know that. Next poll question going out as we move on, because part of the conversation that Darius Cooks has had about Jeremy and his husband is their alleged dire financial situation, and how there's no way that Jeremy should be able to buy cars and a house and have any financial success because his credit's not perfect. And Darius Cooks knows because he told him so and wanted his help. as we move into this, what's happening with the code? As we move into this next poll question, did you know that Darius Cooks ran an illegal credit repair company and scammed his followers? Did you know? Did you? Did you? So Darius Cooks, while he's talking about Jeromie, and many of us, and we all didn't grow up with being taught properly how to manage finances and stuff. The old school parent and stuff, they like figure it out on your own. We had to figure it out, kind of thing. Jeromie has gotten to a place where he's on the up and up, coming up. But Darius Cooks, the thing that gets me about her, and I know some people got a problem with me calling her, but look how she dressed. This is Darius Cooks. That's a her. So the problem with her, for me, because I could care less about the scammed millions. I just care about the people that were scammed along the way. I don't feel like that's the way you should grow. However, fine with that. Put that to the side. My problem is the audacity to then put yourself on a pedestal and then look down on people who were right where you were at some point in your life, for really most of your life. Darius Cooks is really only in the past 5 years or so been a person of means. That's why she's so miserable, because she's so miserable because she lived such a hard life financially and struggling and all of that and getting evicted and bankruptcies and all of that. Fine, she overcame that. But then why do you then turn around and hate on everybody? It's like, she one of those Negroes that climb up the ladder and then she's knocking the rungs down behind her so you can't climb too. What kind of misery and self-hate you got? And I ain't even saying she got to help nobody. Just don't dog other people. Don't belittle other people who may currently be where you used to be for more than the majority of your life as a scamper. And there's plenty of proof out there, because the internet never forgets. Darius Cooks used to do content about him not paying his bills. It was funny. It was ha-ha. It was skits. So if she wasn't paying her bills, her credit was bad. Well, we know this too, because she filed bankruptcy multiple times. I know this. I was around for at least 1 or 2 of them. Multiple evictions. How many did I see? 3 or 4 that I saw. But today, you've overcome and you look down upon everybody else who's been in your situation. What kind of misery is that? They say that money just spotlights who you really are at your core. If you're a horrible person, when you get money, you just become more horrible. If you're a great person and a giving person, when you get money, you just become more generous, nicer person. This is showing who she was at her core. We're going to watch a little bit of this because I forgot how long it is, but we're going to watch this whole thing.
Speaking.
Hi, Mr. Williams. This is Tiffany Roddy. I'm giving you a call in regards to a personal business matter placed here in my office. I think for security purposes, sir, I have to verify that it is you before I can close the call. I have the last word of your social 4, is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. I also have to let you know as well, this is a communication from a tax collector, and information obtained will be used for that purpose, and this call is recorded. I'm following up with you. They placed the balance as of today of $1,312.32 here in my office in collections. I was giving you a call so we can get this balance resolved, so we can certainly get you out of collections, sir.
Oh, yeah, I don't have it.
Okay, well, I can certainly work with you, and we can set up a monthly payment arrangement so we can work on getting you out of collections.
Who's gonna pay it? Hello?
I'm offering you a monthly payment plan for you to pay, sir, if you don't have the balance in full.
How much a month? Free a month? 0 a month? That's all I got.
Okay, well, how do you plan to get this taken care of and get out of collection?
Well, I planned on a lie. I guess I ain't planned on that, huh?
Okay, when do you plan
Well, I guess I ain't planned on doing that.
Okay, sir. Well, there is a 5% interest rate that is accruing on this balance. It will continue to get larger.
Well, I can tell you what I'm not interested in is I don't have no interest in knowing how I'm gonna take care of that. I mean, what you want me to do? If I ain't got it, I ain't got it.
Okay, when do you plan to get this resolved?
Well, I guess I ain't planned on doing that.
Okay, sir. Well, there is a 5% interest rate that is accruing on this balance. It will continue to get larger.
Well, I can tell you what I'm not interested in is I don't have no interest in knowing how I'm gonna take care of that. I mean, what you want me to do? If I ain't got it, I ain't got it. Ain't no other program y'all can use to help me out? I mean, Jesus paid it all, huh? I mean, he took care of it. He washed away all of my sins, made me clean. I tell you what, do y'all have the employee discount program? Okay, because this is what you do. You take care of it, you pay it for me, you see, and then get the discount applied to the total balance, and then I'm going to go on here and reimburse you. Huh? How that sound?
No, sir. I'm here to help you get out of collections, sir, not for me to pay it for you.
You here to help me, huh? I mean, I think the best way is just delete it. Hit the backspace on the computer, figure out how to erase it, okay? Go find you some whiteout. And when you see my name, put the whiteout right on top of it, okay? I know you can do it. Can you do that? Take it away, because I don't want it.
It's in collections. I can't delete it.
It's in collections. Can you take it and pick it up and put it out of collections? Is that possible?
No, sir.
Ain't no button you can press over there at the computer?
No, sir.
Okay, I don't know what to tell you there, huh?
All right, that's enough of that. And that is not the first time. That's not the first one. That's one of many. So at a point in his scammery of a career, part of his content was to go record these videos, talking to bill collectors, as they call, etc. This was another one of those instances. And as you can see from the video, it stated down there that it was only 6 years ago. Just 6 years ago, you were so broke, you were in collections, going into collections. And that's just one of the videos. And that's just one of the bills. Fast forward, you got a little bit of money now, and you looking down upon everybody else who was in the situation that you were just in. Like God won't take that back from you. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Saint Center. And I thank Jackie for the 5 memberships. Catherine is saying, is this content? Yes, friend, that was supposed to be content. But again, this is how he was growing his followers. I saw some of y'all laughing at it. It's whatever. But for me, it speaks to the content of his character. Not the content we're watching, but the content of his character. Fine. You can say, well, that's a corporate, that's a bill collector, this and that. I ignore them, and I say that I mess with them too. But why is he belittling other people who were in his same exact situation? That's what I'm talking about. I care less about the bill collector in this particular case. Soxon Film is saying, why is a multimillionaire in collections? Here's the thing. He wasn't a multimillionaire then, an alleged multimillionaire then. That was just 6 years ago. Let her tell it. She act like she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. She's so rich and glamorous now. You can't tell her nothing. Look at this. You can't tell her nothing. Look at her. She thinks she's fabulous. She thinks she's gone with the wind fabulous. He's always been a scam. Yes, that's why we have in our opening trailer where he admits that he's been stealing out of churches, purses, and registers since he was a kid. He tells you, and people ignore it. They think it's just isolated to these individual hundreds, really thousands of individual situations. It's like, when y'all gonna get it? When y'all gonna get it? It's like Tiffany Henyard, the Dalton Supermare. When y'all gonna get it? There's a track record of this, and y'all watching it play out. I ain't gonna do so much. I'm just over here to tell the story. That's all. Just tell the story. Poll question. We're closing out. Have you seen this video of Crooks before? 75% of you had never seen this. This is why I made sure to pull this down for you guys. You're welcome. Please hit that like button. These are the things I be doing in my off hours. When y'all don't see me for a while, y'all think I'm just laying around not doing nothing. I be working behind the scenes, pulling stuff together so I can give y'all shows like this. Hit that like button. Show your appreciation for all the hard work. It's free to you, but it's invaluable to me. 284 y'all over here on the YouTube side right now watching, and we only got 141 likes. Please hit that like. Please and thank you. Please, sir. Please, ma'am. Can I have a like? Got to beg for likes, right? I don't know what the hell going on. I don't get it. Then we have the situation, because Darius Cooks is not new to drama. We know this. We've talked about many of the stories. But these things have been happening even before he hit most of your radars, which was when the controversy became public in about 2021, the summer of 2021. There's been stuff happening with this girl way before then. I don't have the date on this one, I don't think. But this was approximately, hold on, I got a poll question connected to it. This was approximately, and I'm guessing, this is between 2017 to 2019. Darius Cooks got into a controversy with a deacon from a church in Chicago. Now, what I don't fully know is the background completely, but the poll question going out is, are you aware of the drama that Cooks had with a deacon, a Chicago deacon in 2018, 2019? So it looked a lot. Now, this is before Darius Cooks was known the way that he's kind of known now, but he still had these same tactics of anyone who slighted him, he would expose them publicly with the goal of getting them attacked by his hive, his beehive, as well as by whoever else. And so just to let you know that the stuff that I talk about over here and the stuff that's talked about in the exposed groups, that stuff ain't new. And it's not only isolated to the stories that you hear of. There are many, many, many other stories that still have not been shared publicly that some people are aware of and some are not. This would be one of those. So I don't know what, obviously this deacon had some kind of experience with Darius Cooks in the past. Darius Cooks ignores that part because she likes to create her own narrative. So she'll ignore the pieces that put it all together to make it just seem like the person is crazy and just out of nowhere they bothering her or something like that. So that's what she did here. So what I wouldn't assume, based on what I do know, Darius Cooks is from Chicago, born and raised in Chicago, was heavy in the church scene from the time I knew him from the age of 19 until the age of 29 when he escaped from Chicago after scamming hundreds of people and ran off to New Jersey. That I know for a fact. So this guy being a deacon and being in the church scene makes me say he had some kind of experience with Darius that made him feel this way and say and send this message is what. So here's the video. I'm going to jump around a little bit because this video I think is 20-something minutes long and we ain't going to do that. Oh, is it going to play though?
What's up, y'all? Darius Cooks.tv. And, I honestly debated on if this was a video that I wanted to do, I wanted to discuss, and if it was a video I wanted to talk about. And after a little bit of deliberation, I said, you know what? This probably is a video I should probably record and talk about. So I was sitting here doing some work, and this thing just kept getting on me. So I said, you know, let's just come in, let's talk about it, let's release it, and let's go from there. So I've been doing a lot of online content creation. I've been doing a lot of brand building lately as it pertains to food. You know, this is the holiday season, so this really is like, you know, my Super Bowl. This is my wheelhouse. So I've been doing a lot of like really good work. And I've been going live like almost every night. I'm not going live tonight, but I went live the last couple nights. And I can't look at the comments of all the comments, because when I go live, I'm live on 5 platforms. I'm live on Periscope, I'm live on YouTube, I'm live on my Facebook page, my business page on Facebook, my personal page on Facebook, and on Instagram. So I got 5 devices, and then you should go back and look at the.
Another thing that it gives you a bit of a timeline on this, you can see that she's very hefty right now, as in Darius Cooks. So you know that means this was, I think this was maybe after one of the surgeries, and she was starting to lose the weight at that point.
Comments, it's just a lot. So I don't really go back and look at the comments all the time. There are moments when I just go and just, you know, kind of review my performance and see how well I did. And so last night I happened to go through my Facebook fan page, and I ended up looking at the visitor.
I just think that's an interesting comment that I could have started this and waited. But this is what I tell people who want to say, Vale, how you didn't see it? Vale, how was you around a person like that? That this version that y'all see today was not who I knew. Now, he had little inklings of personality defects that I now can see how they sprouted into this, but it wasn't on a dysfunctional level. He didn't act sassy like he's the lip popping and all this extraness and going after everybody. That was not the person he was. The money, the being a public figure and getting attention, that's what turned him into this. This is closer. He's still, but this is closer to the version of him that I knew. Remember, he also had hair when I knew him too. So that's in part why, because y'all only know one version of her. I know the old version and I know the current version, and I see I'm so appalled by the contradiction of it all. But that's also why I literally had to have a funeral for the old version to say that person is literally, they gone. They 6 feet under. Because it was hard for me to process how I could know a person the way that I know him and the way that the new people think they know him. Oh, he's so sweet. And Darius is, he ain't that. He wouldn't do that. That's the version, that's what they think. But that was, there was a time in life where I was in a similar position. I've seen the opposite of him, but he is a horrible, horrible person, and a menace now.
Posts, you know, where people place their comments. And again, like I said, normally I don't do any of this, but last night, I don't know, I was compelled to do it. And I did it last night, and I saw that Monday, so today's Friday, or I don't know when you're watching this video, but I'm recording this video Friday, November 9th. So on Monday, which would have been, I don't know, 4 days ago, there was a video, or there was a message posted to my Facebook fan page. And I'll read to you the message. It came from a guy named James Gus Walker Mallard. I'm reading it from the phone, just FYI. There you go. There. Well, you can kind of see it. All right, so I'm reading it from the phone. Monday at 6:57 p.m. It goes, you are self-centered, arrogant, unconcerned about others, fat gay bastard. You shit on people you can't control, and your judgment and character stinks. You say you love God, but do everything against his biblical principles.
This video, y'all, again, I will have to double check on the exact times, the exact year, but it was somewhere between 2017 to 2019. Fast forward to 2024, we about to be in 2025. All this stuff still applies. And here's the difference. The mass public didn't know this. Now everybody's seeing what this guy was calling out way back then. Everything that he's just said still applies today. He will ish on anybody who he can't control. We just talked about Jeromie. Jeromie. Jeromie was a part of his team. Jeromie was with the Three Queens tour. That ended because he couldn't control Jeromie, because Jeromie was like, I'm not going to deal with this chaos that you're bringing into my world. What he'd been doing ever since Jeromie left the chaos and toxicity, he'd been ishing on him, trying to destroy him, trying to destroy his reputation. He was doing that way back when he ain't had nothing. Now, by now, he might have, at this point, because I think this is that Atlanta house, by now he might have already done that video about him being a millionaire, because he did that around this time too.
He continues, he says, karma is a bitch, and so are you. Remember, taking others' ideas and making them your own doesn't give you any brownie points. The system of reciprocity is coming to you soon. Don't be surprised when those you think love your selfish ass start to walk away from you. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he or she also reap. May your sleep be interrupted with bad dreams, you conceited bastard.
Mic drop. It still holds true today. Now, what I vaguely remember is when this went down, it became buzz in Chicago, so much so that, certain things that would happen with Crooks, because we still have so many people in common that we know, it would make it back to me and people be like, did you hear? It's Darius Cooks is into it with some Deacon, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't know what was happening. I wasn't following her, so I just didn't know what was happening. But I remember when this went down, it started buzzing around Chicago because of how the Deacon went in on Crooks and how salty Crooks was, and then did this video. This is when that level of drama was newer to all of us. Now nobody comments about nothing. Nobody ever sends me a message like, ooh, did you see what he just did to Carmen? Nobody pays attention. They like, oh, she's at it and she's up to her normal shenanigans. Because she learned that this is engagement. I can't see how many views this at. But she learned during this time that this is engagement. This is how he makes more money and gets clicks and views. And he gets more through toxicity than being a decent human being. And so he leaned into it more and became worse. Signed to deal with the devil.
So naturally, I'm like, well, who is this? Who wrote this? So when I clicked on his name, I saw that I had been blocked. Did a little bit of investigative work, and then realized that he was actually a deacon. He's on the deacon board at Bright Star Church of God in Christ in Chicago, Illinois.
This is when this is a part of the doxing and cyberbullying. So this was all by design. This is the earlier years of that sort of behavior.
So I said, well, wow. I mean, what should I do? I don't know this guy from Adam. I don't know who he is. If he walked in front of me right now, I would know who he was. And I do. Let me just.
Darius Cooks don't know who this guy is, if you want to believe that and go with that narrative. However, this guy has described him to a T years ago, and it still matches up today. So although Darius Cooks wants to claim he don't know who the guy is, the guy definitely knew who he was or is. Definitely. That description was tight, very tight. Also, I mean, he even talked about Crooks stealing other people's ideas as his own. We all know he does that. And we all know he's been doing it since way back when. But he claims not to know who this person is.
Let's preface this by saying I do get a lot of crazy messages. I get a lot of really negative comments. I get a lot of people saying really bad things to me. A lot of stuff in the comment section when I go live. And there are moments I have time, okay? Let's just be honest. I don't always have time. But there are moments I have time. And then there are moments I reply to this stuff. And then there are moments I just simply just let the stuff roll off my back. But having a deacon, a decent church in Chicago, refer to me as an arrogant, unconcerned, fat, gay bastard, was something I just probably couldn't ignore. Okay?
He got him. You got him good, Deacon. You got him good. You can really tell when something affects Darius Cooks. That got her to her infant core, her man-child core. That got her deep. That was a deep cut. You got her with that one.
So I said, wow, what should I do? How do I respond to this? You know? So I decided to tag the pastor of the church and hashtag the church in my reply. So I basically just posted what he said. And here's my caption. Just saw that Deacon James left me a love note. He goes to Bright Star Church, Chicago. Hey, Pastor Harris, what's up with your deacons? I'm just trying to fry chicken.
So upset that Darius Cooks telling on the pastor, I don't know you, but yo, Deacon, he talking about me. Pastor, get him, Pastor. She's such a little bitch. She reached out to the man's pastor like that was his teacher or something. I mean, you know what I'm saying, like school teacher. Teacher, he pulled my ponytail. He pushed me down on the playground and told me, may my sleep always be disturbed.
And preach the gospel of soul and love over here. That's it. And I figured it would be a good moment to have lots of people. Saw that Deacon James left me a love note. He goes.
I had to replay this foolishness.
To Bright Star Church, Chicago. Hey, Pastor Harris, what's up with your deacons? I'm just trying to fry chicken and preach the gospel of soul and love over here. That's it. And I figured it would be a good moment to have lots of people engage in conversation and whatnot. So after, I don't know, some time, it looks like the pastor of the church did reply. And I'll read to you his reply. Now, this is all on Instagram, so you can certainly see this if you like. But he tags me. He goes, first of all, thanks so much for sharing this with me. I strongly condemn Deacon James Mallard's post, behavior, language, and homophobic comment. Truth is, as the owner of an amazing restaurant with many employees, you know that no one employee's behavior should be able to drag down the reputation of an entire restaurant. Same principle should apply here when it comes to Bright Star Church, Chicago. I don't know the true purpose of me or our church being pulled into what is clearly a personal matter between you two.
Amen. Look at that pastor getting them together. What the hell that's got to do with me? That's a grown-ass man. If he want to call you a sassy bitch and tell you and cast a spell that your sleep always be disrupted, which it has. Y'all know she admits Darius Cooks. I see some people getting lost with the she. I can't help it. She act like one. Y'all know that Darius Cooks' sleep is disturbed. He has even commented about it and talked about it on multiple occasions. So much, he says that he can't sleep at night because his mind will continue to go. And so the only way he can sleep at night is to take edibles. And I think he up to 50, 60 milligrams or something crazy. That's the only, well, probably more than that now. That's the only way he can sleep is with edibles. He takes them every single night and microdoses during the day. That deacon was on something. That deacon was definitely onto something.
However, since I've been invited into it via your tag and hashtag, I will gladly use this opportunity to remind you both of 1 John chapter 4, verses 7 through 8. Also, when time permits, take a look at Matthew 18, 15 through 22. It is a true statement: to whom much is given, much is required. So he tags James, and he tags me. He says, as two black men who I have great respect for, I pray you will both be reminded this is an opportunity for you both to teach our younger generation what conflict resolution looks like. We absolutely need you both to make Satan look like a fool in this situation, so rise to the occasion. Unfortunately, some will quickly throw fuel on this fire, but I absolutely refuse to and will throw it at what it actually needs: prayer. I trust that you both will work to resolve whatever.
You thought I was going to throw fuel on this sassy fire, but instead I'm going to throw prayer on it. I love that. He getting read from both sides, the deacon and the pastor.
The matter is, and show us how men of distinction and great respect who represent greatness and God to solve problems. So now that you both have used social media to show us the problem, here's an opportunity for you to use the same platform to show us positive solutions. Oh, and Deacon James Mallard, as a leader in God's house who started this public disclosure or public discourse, I do expect you to start the public reconciliation process. God bless you both, mighty men of valor. Everyone else, I invite you to Bright Star Church Chicago any given Sunday at 10 a.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m. This free advertisement only made more folks aware of what God can do and fix in and at his house, his children. God bless you all. So now that I've had a
So now we get to see what Sassy Crooks' response is going to be, because what the goal was for the pastor to sit the deacon down or something, or cast aspersions against him in public and basically do a public stoning. That's what Crooks was expecting. Instead, he like, you don't come to me with this BS, because I'm not I don't play these Sassy Crooks games. Instead, y'all need to pray and y'all work this out. I ain't even finna try to figure out how much of a scammer and sassy bitch you are.
chance to actually look at some of what Pastor Harris has to say. I want to take a moment and give an official reply from my voice and from my perspective without typing it, because sometimes people can take text and that comes completely out of context. Okay, so why don't we take a look at Pastor Harris's statement, and then we'll look at sort of my reply. We'll do it in chunks. So first of all, he says he thanks for sharing it with him. So absolutely, you're completely welcome for that. He says he strongly condemns Deacon James Mallard's post-behavior language and homophobic comment. And it stops there when he condemns it. Okay, great. Glad that you condemned it. But based on what he said, which was fat, gay, bastard, and a bitch, very much vitriol, very much hate, very much anti-Christ, anti-love. I still have yet to receive any sort of an apology, and we've yet to see any sort of penalty for that kind of behavior happening. Now, I do strongly agree that the deacon
Crook's feelings hurt. He didn't get no whooping. I don't feel like, and you're gonna be waiting. I bet you still waiting on that apology from the deacon. I bet you still waiting on it. All you got was a promise of that prayer that clearly he sent up to God. Clearly, because we're watching you live it now. We're watching a living manifestation of that man's prayer from 4, 5, 6 years ago. We are watching it play out.
is not the pastor, but as some other folks have pointed out in the post or in the responses, that the deacon could absolutely be called to serve in a pastoral capacity. And I'm wondering, is this the kind of church leader that I want to help guide my soul? Someone that could so easily call another human being, another soul, another Christian, another brother in the body of Christ, fat, gay, bastard, and a bitch. I take a little bit of issue with that. So,
did we just watch a video last night of him dragging Jeromie and Jeremie's husband and talk about them wearing blouses? And we've watched him in the past make fun of, well, even yesterday, actually, making fun of Jeremie's admitted mental health issues, etc., and all kinds of things. And other people, I mean, tons of people. I mean, it's a lot of us here. He said a lot of stuff about a lot of us here. But she over here crying because a deacon rather read her for filth, and the pastor didn't get in trouble by his pastor. Right, Saint Center. Darius can't be serious. He is, though. He's in his delusional mind. He's very serious about this. This is real. This is real to him. And you're watching a man child. You're really watching that inner neglected little boy who is looking for approval. He's looking for protection, and he's using his platform to get it. This is a cry for help.
There's no apology. Therefore, there's been no penalty, and that becomes my issue. So as the leader, I'm asking that if you condemn it and there's no apology, there's no penalty for the action, are you really condemning it, or are you really condoning it? Because without accountability, it really says that I'm able to do this and say this and be this over and over and over again without there ever being any sort of recourse for those particular actions. So as of this point, I've
says the person who has yet to pay, have recourses for his nefarious actions for well over a decade. Interesting.
I've not received any sort of an apology from the pastor or from the deacon for these words. So he further goes on to say, truth is, as the owner of an amazing restaurant with many employees, you know that no one employee's behavior should be able to drag down the reputation of an entire restaurant. Same principle should apply when it comes to Bright Star Church Chicago. No falser words have ever been spoken. I do own Greens and Gravy Restaurant in Chicago, or in Atlanta. I'm prophesying about Chicago, but I do own the restaurant in Atlanta. I'm opening Soul Crab Atlanta as well, December 1st, and absolutely the behaviors of my employees is a direct reflection on me. I'll give you a perfect example. When we first started,
I got to remember to grab this as a soundbite, because you fast forward now. He just said that his actions of his employees is a direct reflection on him.
On the restaurant in Atlanta. I'm opening Soul Crab Atlanta as well, December 1st, and absolutely the behaviors of my employees is a direct reflection on me. I'll give you a perfect example.
He says the actions of his employees are a direct reflection of him. However, he will take zero accountability for his failed health inspections, the robbery, alleged robbery, all of the horrible customer service, the complaints about the salty and bad food, the fact that the restaurants all got closed down. Well, I'm sorry, one got closed by the Soul Crab Atlanta, got closed by the state of Georgia, and the others he closed because they were defunct anyway. They were on their way out. But today, when he tells the story of these successful restaurants, quote unquote, he tells the story as if all the problems with the restaurant were due to the employees. They were the problem. So much so that he claims he never wants to open up any other establishment in Atlanta because the people there are so horrible that you can't even run a business. There are no good employees in Atlanta. Meanwhile, there's hundreds of restaurants in Atlanta that are thriving and surviving, that were there before him, during the same time, and since then, and have new ones have opened. Huh? You see how she just twists the narrative and create it however it works best in that moment? even during this time when Greens and Gravy was open, he wasn't even running the restaurant at that point. He tried to run it for 2 weeks, ended up with mental health issues, locked himself in his bedroom and closed the blinds, and called his friend Christy from Chicago. She came, her and some other friends from Chicago came as the chef, and she came operated as the manager. He wasn't even running a restaurant. It's ridiculous.
When we first started out, I hired a front of the house manager who I thought would be a great fit for the organization. Come to find out, he was a bad character fit. He didn't mesh well with the employees. He talked negatively to the customers. As a result,
says the man who has been blasted on social media for talking negative to his customers, calling them bees and hoes and calling them stupid, ignoring their messages. Oh my God, it's a lot. All right, we done. I'm over it. You can watch it. It is on Darius Cooks' YouTube channel if you care to support it or whatever. Don't matter. Ooh, y'all, it's so much. It's so much. It's this is a mental health crisis that we're watching. Right, sensitive ass need to sit down somewhere. What's the same? What is? Sock Snob is saying, wow, his eye is straight too. Yeah, so his eyes didn't always wander. I believe that might have been a part of the Deacon's prayer, is that one of his eyes would just start to, loosen up on him. Because all I knew him, he never had that issue. The sinus issues, they were there. I think they're worse now. So I think the Deacon must have also prayed that his sinuses and breathing passages close up on him. And God, give him a slow death, Lord. Make one of his eyes just loosen, weaken the muscle in his eye, Lord. Make him look as kooky as he acts. And while you're at it, Lord, close, Lord God, his nostrils slowly 1 millimeter per day until his last breath. This was around the time I first saw him, and he seemed totally different than he is now. Seemed genuine, humble, etc. Definitely changed for the worse. Yeah, I mean, it was in him, though. Now, we ain't gonna act like it just dropped from the sky like rain. It was in him, but it definitely got worse with money and success and notoriety, for sure. It's sad. It's sad. I'm surprised he even read that out loud. I am not, because he wanted sympathy for it. He got so enraged and upset and hurt. Po Tink Tink's feelings got hurt. And he needed attention. He needed a hug. He needed the D-hags to put him in their bosoms. And not my Darius. What he say about my Darius, a fat bastard? Yes, he is, but you don't say that. We don't acknowledge that he a fat bastard. We don't. So he wanted them to caress him because, he didn't get his mother's love the way he wanted it. He didn't get his mother's love the way he wanted it. So he get it from his D-hanger. So he had to put that out there because he was at home in a fetal position. Like, I am a fat bastard. I am no good. I'm already having sleepless nights. So he needed that from the audience, from his hags, from his cult. By that point, they were rooted. Their roots had sprouted. They had, kind of linked to the ground. So yeah, I'm not surprised at all that he read that out loud. May your sleep be interrupted, you conceited bastard. I love that part too. That's poetic. That's poetic. That was very prolific. The Deacon has been praying against Darius' eye for all these years. Yeah, clearly. Because he even got those alleged corrective lenses. I ain't seen nothing get correct. That eye still trying to leave his face. He was trying to stir the pot, but didn't succeed. Yes, Darius Cooks was trying to stir the pot between the pastor and the deacon, and have something, happen to the deacon and fail miserably. Thank you, Deacon. I'm sure you're out there somewhere. Poll question, we're closing out. Are you aware of the drama that Darius Cooks had with the Chicago Deacon in 2018, 2019, somewhere up in there? 86% of you did not know this. I keep telling y'all I got a bunch of stuff. I still got so much stuff I've never shared with y'all. So much. Some of y'all don't believe me. I got so much. It's so much. It's such a complicated web that she weaves. Moving on to our next segment. We got what? 2 more? Ooh, Jesus. What time is it? Oh, we're doing okay, though. We're going to end up going over 2 hours, but we all right. Next poll question is, do you think that Darius Cooks is trying to be like Keith Lee? We know that Darius Cooks has been, what was that? About a year and a half ago, y'all, or something. Darius Cooks started his slanderous restaurant reviews, where he originally claimed that what he was embarking on was supporting Black-owned businesses across the United States, which is what Keith Lee does. And so his goal was, the way he presented it, was that he was going to travel the country to help bring awareness to Black-owned restaurants. Well, because Darius Cooks is both hateful and jealous, what he did was pretty much like what he's been doing to Jeromie and his husband. What Darius Cooks did with his jealousy and hatefulness is he went to Black-owned established restaurants across the country that were successful. Some have been around for 50, 60 years. They are staples in the community. They have owners who are, advocates and all kinds of things, and known for their, amazing dishes across the country. And then she go herself there out of jealousy, which is what we later realized, out of jealousy of Keith Lee's success with food review. And there's others out there that find success with it as well. Realize that she can't copy that model, and then turns it toxic because she's jealous because these restaurants that she's going to wasn't open only, didn't have to close after a year and a half or 3 years. Goes there and started to, cause chaos everywhere she went. Whereas Keith Lee, and I ain't saying Keith Lee has had drama because some people do not like honest reviews. We know this. And that part ain't my issue. It's the toxicity, because what you don't see from Keith Lee is a string of toxic situations and fights with the owners. Sometimes people get upset because of the truth. We see that in real life every day. You tell somebody they say they want your honest opinion about them or what they did or some action they did, and you tell them and they get upset at you. That's human nature. So Keith Lee has had some stuff, but what you don't see Keith Lee do is he hasn't turned his brand into a toxic brand. What he did in exchange was he actually shifted a little bit of how he does it so that he is not creating so much chaos. Also, what you see with Keith Lee's successful model is that when Keith Lee shows up places, the media is there to the point that he can't even go into restaurants. He sends his family and his crew in to order his stuff. It's every once in a while he goes in a restaurant. I think when the food is good or something, but he can't even go in all the restaurants. But when he does a review and it's a good review of a restaurant, that place sells out that day. When Darius Cooks goes to a place, whether he's creating the drama or whether it's a white restaurant that he's approved of, because those are like the only ones that really get the good reviews. It's the white restaurants and it's the Black people who are clout chasing him. Those are the only ones that really get good reviews. But when that happens, you don't see no lines around the corner. I ain't never once. Darius Cooks has been slandering black-owned restaurants for about 1.5 years or so now. Tell me one restaurant he got sold out. Tell me one restaurant he went to where the media came because he was there. Name one. I dare you. Name one. You can't because it ain't never happened. Why? Because she ain't no Keith Lee. She's not as successful as she claims to be and as her cult following thinks she is. She is successful and famous to them. Their little silo. The rest of the world is like, who the F is this? Who the F is this gay bastard? I'm only saying that because the deacon said that. I don't walk around calling people gay bastards. Anyway, Darius Cooks. Now, what I don't know is the background on this. Like I told you, I haven't been paying attention day to day, but this is a recent one I just saw. And this is just an example of what I'm saying with Darius Cooks, going to these restaurants and slandering them. And what I'm not saying is that restaurants should be giving poor service and no one should call it out. No one should mention it. But I think there's a way to do it when you have a platform, because this is key. What everyday folks can do who don't have a following, a social media following, and what a person who has is a public figure and has a following, the way you operate in the world has to be slightly different. And the reason I say this is, if one of us has a problem at a restaurant and we tell our friends, maybe it reaches 3 to 5 people. Maybe co-workers or whatever. When you have a platform and you are a social media influencer and you have allegedly on paper millions of followers, even hell, tens of thousands of followers, 100,000 plus followers. When you post something about a restaurant, you could hamper the success of that restaurant because now your word has reached hundreds of thousands or millions of people. So you got to be careful of how you handle that. Keith Lee, being a decent human being, understands that. And so what Keith Lee has started to do is say, hey, let me watch how I review. And if I'm not happy, I'm not going to sit here and fake and act like I am, but I'd rather not say nothing or allude to, hey, it didn't work for me. Darius Cooks instead does things like this. He went somewhere. Y'all let me know in the chat if you know more about this particular story. He's somewhere. He posts this on his Facebook, probably Instagram as well. It looks like he got served some cornbread somewhere. It is clear that there is a problem. The pan. Anyway, let me read the caption. It says, I did something I'll never do again. I scrapped my reservation for one restaurant and went to this one based on recommendations. This is the plain cornbread. In fact, that's all they serve. Plain cornbread, not blueberry, not chocolate chip, plain. This is why you flip over every waffle, every biscuit, every piece of bread that comes to my table. These restaurants want your hard-earned money, but can't wash dishes in between uses. And if the bottom of the cornbread is like this, it only makes you wonder what else in the spot needs cleaning. This is disgusting. If this happened legitimately at some restaurant, there's a problem. This is a major problem. Why not bring this to the owner's attention? Why post this? Well, I know why she's doing it. She's doing it for clicks and views, or he, I'm sorry. Some of y'all don't know the difference. Crooks is doing it for clicks and views. That's why. This is not what you do when you want to go out and support restaurants to give them, to help grow them, to be constructive. If this happened, if this is true, and with Darius Cooks, here's the other piece of it. You don't really fully know the truth. He's going to create a narrative for engagement purposes and something to always make him come out on top and look good. So that could be some flavor. That could be, it could be something else going on there. I don't know. It could be make your own cornbread at that restaurant and he grabbed a dirty pan. You just never know with her. You just never know. What I do know is there's a better way to do that when you have a following. If you actually care to help and support Black businesses, you should come in with constructive criticism to help them, not then blast them to, tens of thousands of people. But she's more concerned with her clicks and views. She needs her $20,000 or $30,000 a month from her Facebook views. That's what she cares about. Poll question, we're closing out. Is Darius Cooks trying to be like Keith Lee? 90% of y'all say yes. 10% of y'all, hey, D-hags. D-hivers. Deplorables. No, let me stop. Next poll question going out is Darius Cooks, let him tell her he think he is Darius Cooks as popular as Keith Lee? Is he? I don't know. I could be biased. So here's an example of how, let's do this instead. I'm going to move my clips around. Well, I ain't got to actually physically move it. Here's an example of how Keith Lee handles a situation at restaurants where the service is bad. We've all been there. And not just Black establishments, white ones too. Any race. Here's how Keith Lee handles a bad experience with actually a bunch of restaurants.
Family are still in the DMV, and there's a few things I want to talk about. So let's talk about it. I know we only posted about 3 spots from Washington, but we went to about 12, and we made a decision as a family and as a team, and also a personal decision to not post most of them. So out of those 12, I probably only got like 1 or 2 more that I'm gonna post. And the reason for that, a lot of those videos, in my opinion, aren't constructive at all. And before the narrative start, I'm gonna show a few clips of the places that we did go to. And again, I don't think they're constructive. So for privacy of the restaurants that we went to, I'm not gonna say what restaurant it is. I'm gonna just show you a little bit of our personal experience. It's the whiting with the sweet potatoes and mac and cheese. Unfortunately, I won't be trying any of it. As always, I ain't trying to be rude, I'm gonna just be honest. The smell of this, insane. This perforated the whole car immediately. So much so that my family went back in and asked if they fried it in the same grease that they did the shellfish. And come to find out, they do. And it smelled like it. It smells like shellfish. It smells like frozen fish. It smells like fish. It smells almost unedible, in my opinion. I don't want no smoke. Spit it in there. Nobody will eat it. The entire customer service experience, in my opinion and in my family's opinion, was completely unprofessional. It said on the IG that they opened at 1 o'clock. The truck didn't open up until 2:15. It took about 45 minutes. When they went back to go get the food, they saw her preparing it. No gloves, no washing hands, grabbing money, grabbing strawberries, grabbing Fruity Pebbles, and putting it on top of our food.
Some chicken tastes weird.
The reason there's no food in my hand is because a lot of the restaurants we've been recommended since we've been here look like this. And I'm not the target audience just based on the pictures.
With her hand. She was putting her hand in the cereal box. Her hand.
Okay, so y'all get the point. So Keith Lee does restaurant reviews professionally and gets millions of views, has a huge following, has been in major media outlets. He's been in, hasn't been in Time Magazine yet, but he's been on some major publications and all of that. So we know Keith Lee is a legitimate social media influencer and now, celebrity, basically. It's okay to have an issue and express your concerns or dissatisfaction with the service, the food, etc. But there's a way to do it. I don't get from the way that Keith Lee did it that he is intentionally trying to find things wrong and tear down Black businesses, because when he found issues, what he didn't do is say, and when I went to Perline's, y'all see this? Jesus, this stink. Oh, this is horrible. It looks like she changing her grandbaby's diapers in here. Like, and that's why her husband left her 15 years ago. I got a message from some of y'all. She had filed bankruptcy, and then she actually did an insurance scam, and that's how she got this new location. But this food stink, and this is hard. And then she had nerve enough to have an attitude with me and act like she didn't really want me in her restaurant. That's why this is garbage. Oh, don't even go here. There's a difference, is what I'm saying. Keith Lee had a bad experience, multiple bad experiences with him and his family. Never mentioned the name of the place. gave a little bit. Now, if you recognize the food, that's different. But he didn't drag them. He's not trying to destroy them. And there's a benefit in the honesty of, well, I'm going to say enough that you know this was your food when you see this video. So you can take it as constructive criticism to make the improvements. If you're frying the shellfish with the French fries and with the Pop-Tarts and with whatever else, you can take the constructive criticism that I don't want my Pop-Tart taking like fish grease. That's the difference. He's not trying to tear them down, but he also ain't trying to be completely dishonest. There's a difference. Keith Lee ain't jealous of the people's restaurants he's going to. Keith Lee is not a miserable human being. This is what a miserable human being looks like when they go to supposedly do reviews of Black-owned restaurants.
Yeah, like, where is the app? Okay, now that I'm in the car, you ain't gotta come here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't have to come. I hate to be like this, man. God, dog, I hate to be like this. You ain't got to come here. The food is not that good, okay? The cocktail is everything. I don't know how to get back to the house. You heard me? I don't know how to get back to the house. No. Yeah,
That's what a jealousy and hatefulness looks like. That's not normal human behavior. It's not. It's not. It's not necessary. And we got many stories. Some of y'all, if y'all knew, I'm gonna put a separate playlist together of the Slanderous restaurant reviews so y'all can just watch all the video commentary on that by itself. But Darius Cooks not only does that, but then he's gotten into it with restaurant owners, dragging them. He goes to Poppy Cuisine in Baltimore. He's unhappy because he didn't get a discount on his bill, obviously, and he was jealous of Poppy Cuisine and the upscale restaurant that Darius Cooks has an inability to run. So what does he do? He comes online and tries to tear down Alex, who is the owner. He gets to talking about how it's an Instagram restaurant. The stuff look pretty, but ain't nothing good in there. Now, meanwhile, I done seen tons of y'all, of our viewers who say they live there, they've been to Poppy Cuisine, how great it is, and how they've traveled, 40 plus minutes to go have the dessert and all this other stuff. Darius Cooks goes online dragging Alex and his restaurant, then goes and during one of his live streams, because Alex did respond, Darius Cooks goes on his live stream and then calls himself trying to make the egg rolls that he claims were so disgusting at Poppy Cuisine. And his looked a mess. They were bland, looked a mess, and they were hella crunchy. Sound like he was chewing through steel.
Bro, not.
So this is Alex, the owner of Poppy Cuisine, who was responding to the chaos that Darius Cooks created. Keith Lee didn't like the food where he was, multiple restaurants. He gave his quick review and he left. Darius Cooks, he wants to call people out and create drama.
I've been
for clicks and views.
Homophobic at all by saying what I said. He literally blocked our pages because we posted a positive comment on his review. We literally he put a picture of, I guess, our wings up to Miss Carter's Kitchen, wings, and we told him, like, yo, we support all the restaurants in Baltimore.
we support all the restaurants in Baltimore. Okay, the restaurant that you're currently at right now, we've done work with them. We've done brunches with them. Kanoko, like we have a tight knit community like that. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to create division in the city, and for that, we got blocked for saying that.
So you see the difference. That tells you who Darius Cooks really is. He gets mad at the Baltimore restaurants and Poppy Cuisine because Alex posted on his platform that they don't do the hate and division comparing one restaurant to the next. That's why your food ain't as good as Kanoko. That's why do the comparison, y'all. Would you eat this or this? He like, we don't do that here. We all in this together. Crooks is like, that sounds too much like godliness and love. Block! Jealousy and hatefulness. And then just for our ish and giggles, it continued. Darius Cooks continued to troll Alex of Poppy Cuisine because Alex didn't want division and hate started between the restaurants out there. And so Darius Cooks did a post, and we did this before. I can't revisit every single story because we just have 24/7 lives then at that point. Darius Cooks posted saying that because Alex Poppy Cuisine was known for their apple turnovers and how great they were. And actually a couple people were saying how they drove all the way from there to would drive to get the dessert because it was so good. Darius Cooks gets upset about that. So he claims that I know what that is. He'd been buying those from Trader Joe's. So Darius Cooks takes a picture of Trader Joe's apple turnovers and claims that that's what Poppy or Alex, Chef Alex, was using in his restaurant. So Chef Alex came back with facts, and he was trolling too. I loved it. Trolling right back. I got to mute it because of the music. So Alex goes as far as to say, I thought a stunt queen said something. I'm going to show you how we make our apple turnovers. Then on top of that, here's the real read. Here's the real petty that I love. He plates it, as he is gifted at doing, on a plate and then puts Soul Crab ATL, which is the restaurant that Darius Cooks owned that was taken by or shut down by the state of Georgia due to his scamming above 701 credit repair scam. Still one of my favorite moments. Still one of my faves. Oh, we got some epic moments around here. That's still one of them. That's in the top 10 for sure still. So that's what Sassy Crooks does when it comes to the Slender's food reviews. I got to catch up because I know it's been some stuff happening with that. Just know it's still at it. He's still at it. Sad. Poll question we're closing out is Darius Cooks as popular as Keith Lee? 6% of you say yes. The D-hivers in here is fluctuating between 4 to 6% of y'all. Y'all welcome over here. Y'all know that I don't block. I ain't no scammer. I ain't got to block y'all. Enjoy the content. Learn something. 94% of y'all got good sense and discernment and critical thinking skills. We got a smart group over here. And then the visitors. No. I do like y'all D-hags though. Y'all are a funny bunch. Y'all funny. A little cuckoo. But y'all are y'all like to laugh. Y'all like the shenanigans too. It's just, y'all don't use y'all discernment and common sense. Although many of you claim to be Christians and stuff, and that's sad. That's the sad part. That's the real sad part. Okay, let me stop. Let me get off y'all. Did you know that the BBB, the Better Business Bureau, made a public warning announcement in 2021 warning people not to do business with Darius Cooks? Did you know? Did you? Now I'm gonna get a crackhead because he was doing crackhead behavior. So much so that the Better Business Bureau, which you never see, Better Business Bureau put out a public warning saying don't do business with Darius Cooks LLC or Darius Cooks LLC because they are known for not shipping out products, not answering customer complaints, etc., etc., etc. Fast forward, we've done this story before too. Fast forward, Darius Cooks' response was not to try to mitigate the situation, to try to rectify it in any way. Instead, he created another grift on top of it because she's a grifter. That's what she do. She's skilled at grifting. She then creates a t-shirt line saying BBB these nuts and all kind of other BBB slogans. And the havers, I want a t-shirt. Yes, BBB these nuts. They don't mean nothing. So then Darius Cooks, he went on Larry Reid Live, and he was saying that the reason he doesn't deal with the Better Business Bureau is because he has no customer service issues and he handles everything in-house. Common sense will tell you there's something wrong with that. If you were, in fact, well, everyone handles customer service in-house, all businesses. You don't use them as a pathway for your customer service. It's the path of last resort for the customers who aren't getting services, goods or services. So he claims that I don't use them or deal with them because I handle everything in-house. The problem is you haven't been handling everything in-house, and so your customers went to the Better Business Bureau looking for help. The only problem is the Better Business Bureau don't really have no power. So he has all of these customers' complaints, many of them about the Dining with Darius Cooks events, that people were getting cheated out of that. The cookware line, cookbooks, all of it, all that he had going on at that time. So much so that he got an F rating. Still never resolved the issues with these people. And the Better Business Bureau don't really have no power. So those people are still screwed. Years later, still screwed. And I brought this up. Let me close this out. Poll question we're closing out is, did you know that the Better Business Bureau made a public warning in 2021 about not doing business with Darius Cooks? 85% of you did know. 15% of you did not know. Do I have to take 5% out of that? Is that the D-hivers who are in denial that it happened? Because it did. I'm just showing you the score here because I ain't finna redo the whole video I already did. Actually, I've talked about it a few times. But it exists. Actually, you could just Google it. Literally, just Google it. It's there. Darius Cooks, BBB. Watch it come up. Poll question. Do you think that Darius Cooks is still scamming his followers? Now, what I will say is that I knew that a lot of this chaos that created this was because Darius Cooks has been a one-man, I was going to say one-woman show, a one stunt queen show. I'm aware of this. Many of us are aware of this. So Darius Cooks was running his warehouse online, laying in bed with his rusty taco meat chest, smacking, being sassy, doing the Dining with Darius Cooks events. What else she have going on there? It was a lot. She had a lot going on. Traveling all over with the Dining with Darius events. Doing all of that and allegedly still and running to the warehouse printing out shipping labels. There was no way one person could do all, and the social media content in general, because I was just talking about the going live 4-5 times a day and having to create the social media content for those horrid recipes that she makes, the diabetic inducing foods that she cooks constantly, repeated recipes, recycled. How she got time to then run a warehouse? So it for me, when I saw all of the complaints coming in, missing orders, the stuff being delivered to the wrong address, all these sort of things, it was like, makes sense. She ain't got time to run it. Now she was Darius Cooks was hiring day labor to do it, but day labor can't run your place. You got to have somebody there. So Crystal would be there. Ramon, the guy who was his sous chef or one of the chefs, he would be there. So he was just piecemealing people to come there and pack stuff occasionally. So of course it was chaotic. Of course people weren't getting their orders. Of course stuff was just missing. That's when you ended up with us constantly seeing him having to do, well, should have been real customer service, but him relegating himself to doing customer service on social media, where he sparingly and sporadically. It was because that warehouse was in shambles. He never would admit that. He act like everything was smooth there, lying, smoke and mirrors. However, at a point, it did get better. Now I don't think it's as good as I thought it was getting. But I had noticed that it had calmed. The complaints had calmed down. Then I realized that's because he then had Tammy working. I think her name is Tammy. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. He had Tammy who manages the warehouse now. Before that, he had no one managing the warehouse. So Tammy comes in sporadically. She ain't no full-time employee. She ain't got to be. The orders ain't consistent enough for that. Tammy comes in whenever he runs a sale from one of his grifts, getting into it with one of the Slander's reviews, getting into it with the owner, or Miss Netta and Chaz, or Juanito, who was also a part of the Slander's food review, the cashier who he got fired because he started all this drama. Besides that, it ain't enough orders for them to have to work daily. So, you know, they probably come in once, twice a week. And then if it's some drama going on, maybe they come in for that whole week. Tammy runs the warehouse and they hire day labor. This girl ain't got no empire. It's a scampire. I'm telling you. How many times I got to keep saying that? But now, because it had calmed down, so I was like, okay, it ain't that Darius Cooks was never scamming. That's not it. It's that because of the fact that we, the exposing groups, Twitter, Lipstick Alley, Facebook groups, is because we stayed on that ass all that time. He had to fix it. And so that's how Tammy came along. You're welcome, Tammy. You got a job because of us. However, seems like something is brewing again. And again, I got to catch up because I haven't been quite in the loop. I haven't been paying attention. But we got new complaints. It's brewing again. I don't know. Y'all can catch me up if y'all know more than what I got here. Somebody says, not yet. It's been over a month. They're talking about their product. Another person, nope. Half of my order is missing, although the shipping tracker says everything was delivered. Several emails went to no avail. This is beyond frustrating. Another person says, I got one waiting in 2 item. I don't know what the hell that means. Another person, still waiting. Sad face, crying face emoji. Then another one, I received my air fryer, but still waiting for the cookbook. Keep waiting. Either they didn't see the BBB public warning, or they thought it don't apply to them. 2 more. This one says, my knife, missing 1 knife from my order. This is just ridiculous. Some people just hard head. They learn the hard way. Another person. I should have been doing this. Still patiently waiting for my everyday skillets. I never received an email they shipped, but I have USPS informed delivery and 4 tracking numbers saying awaiting item from Duluth, Georgia is listed. But I'm being patient, master. So, this is new stuff. Again, I don't know all the details yet, But it's somebody who just said that, Gwen, you're getting ahead of my story, because this is the same thing I was thinking. Gwen said, Tammy may have quit. So I got two theories of it. Tammy, girl, where you at? We need to get these orders out, girl. We spent all this, is CJ still here? We done spent all this goddamn time riding this sassy Crooks so she could at least get these hags they orders. You know, we trying to help over here. We do our job over here. We the reason y'all was getting them orders. But there's a problem now. And so we might have to get back on it and start just reporting constantly what's out here. Because otherwise, sassy Crooks gonna ignore them and keep just taking their money. What I'm thinking is maybe Tammy might have quit. However, I do remember, and this just came to me literally now, I do remember that he mentioned something about Tammy once a year going on missions trips. Y'all got to be paying attention to this girl and stuff. Like, it's the pieces be tying together. She throw all the whole puzzle, all the pieces are out there. It's about 20,000 pieces, but all the puzzle pieces are there. You just got to take your time to put it all together, and it's a lot. Couple months ago, Darius Cooks said that Tammy goes on mission trips. It's something she's really into. And I think he claimed he helps her or donates or something or other, because that's how the conversation came up. Is Tammy on a mission trip? Y'all know these mission trips, depending, it can be 2 weeks, a month, couple months. So is it that Tammy's on a mission trip right now? Because I told y'all he ain't got no employees. He got Tammy working there, whenever she worked there, and then she works with the day labor people. Tammy probably on her mission trip, and everything's gonna be on hold until she get back. Because he not finna go to Georgia and be packing no boxes and watching no day labors. Craziness. This is Scampire. This is a Ponzi scheme. Tammy, where you at, girl? We got orders. We got orders waiting on you. Then he'll get mad at her. He gonna have her come. I bet she ain't gonna get no raise for all this backlog and stuff gonna be waiting on her. And they just shipped out a bunch of stuff. What he must have ran some kind of other sale again. I wasn't really in tune, but I did see him posting like a shipment of stuff, and then claiming they made over $100-something thousand in that weekend or something he was saying. Just one big old grift. One big old grift. Who is going to be running the Ware condo while he in Bali? Tammy. Or whoever, probably just Tammy. And God forbid Tammy quit, or God forbid she's unable to work there anymore. Good luck to y'all. Good luck to y'all. Because she's all the way, Crooks will be all the way in Bali scamming y'all then. Good luck getting her. Y'all, it's still people, like I said, Better Business Bureau and everything else. A lot of y'all still ain't got y'all orders, and that those of y'all who got scammed, a year or two ago or more. Hell, let's talk about the Cupcake Gallery investors. Let's talk about the Fresh Gold. That was back in, what was that, 2010, 2011. They still ain't got their money either. Tammy took one of the knives from the set, right? I hope law enforcement catches him before he makes his final move about it. Yeah, they just like I was talking about earlier this morning when we were covering Tiffany Henyard, Tiffany Nino Brown Henyard, the Dalton super mayor. It takes the feds a while to build their case. It don't happen like that. And we're literally watching her run amok across a village and a township. We're literally watching her commit her crimes. And they have been watching her for a couple of years. And it's very clear of what she's doing. And the feds still take time to put their case together. So imagine a situation like Darius Cooks, where it's not as public and all of the moving pieces. That stuff takes a while. Look at that. That was God dinging. Correct. Ding. Anyway, it says Tammy over and out, right? They playing Russian roulette with the placing orders. Yeah. Darius Cooks even admitted in one of his lives not too long ago that he knows, based on the orders, he has like a customer history attached to the orders. So he'll be able to know if you've ordered from him 7 times or 10 times or whatever. in him saying that and the way he was talking about it, I was like, this is why he has those people. I order 7 times. I always get my stuff. His favorite people and his recurring customers, he makes sure they're okay. Everybody else, screw you. Jane Doe is asking, do we have a Bali update? You're getting ahead of my show, friend. You're getting ahead of the show. That's actually the next segment. We're moving right into that. Closing out this poll question first. Do you think that Darius Cooks is still scamming his followers? 97% of you think he's still scamming. I know he always has a grift, and I know he does stuff behind the scenes, like scandalous stuff behind the scenes with stealing and whatever other, crimes he got going on. I know that. But I thought as far as the product line and stuff was concerned, that maybe he was on the up and up with that right now. But he also needs money for this Bali thing. So that's when he really be grifting, when he got a project. Poll question we're putting out here. It's the last segment of the show. Did you know that Darius Cooks is planning to escape or move? Some of y'all think it's a move. It's an escape to Bali in January of 2025. Did you know? Did you know? So yes, Darius Cooks. For those of you who don't know, real quick overview with this. Darius Cooks went to Bali for the first time in January, if I'm not mistaken. Within 2 days of being there, he had decided to go into a 25-year land lease and business deal with an Indonesian man named Tommy, who happened to also be the teaching chef of the cooking school he went to. Darius Cooks went to while he was there, cooking class, I should say, that he went to while he was there. And so from that, this friendship ensued. Darius Cooks has invested at least probably $100,000 probably by now into this deal. What you see here is the rendering of the Bali Hip Hop Soul restaurant that Darius Cooks is allegedly building. And I'm not showing the plans again. If you want to see that, I do have videos on that. I'll create a Bali playlist too. I'm trying to do that stuff tomorrow. So at this point, Darius Cooks has been there twice, if I'm not mistaken, since that. On his last, was he last there in April? I think maybe. But on his last visit there, he said that he is now planning to permanently move to Bali, like pretty much 90% of the time. And yeah, that's where he's going to be. Mainly because of the extradition laws. But the restaurant is under construction. Here's a post from an anonymous member in the Darius Cooks Scam Me Facebook group. They say Tommy is definitely scamming his ass. Tommy initially told him $100K for both a house and a restaurant, and has since scrapped the house altogether. But Darius has sent over $345K in wire transfer, and Tommy is still asking for more money. Now, the thing is, we have to take that stuff with a grain of salt. Now, I don't watch it every day. I don't pay attention every day. But did he really send 340? I don't think Darius Cooks sent 345,000. He might have sent 100,000. I know he's been sending money. But Darius Cooks can say anything, but I have a hard time believing he's already sent that a level of money. And he's cheap, and he likes to control the purse strings. He ain't sent that level of money yet. However, that is the estimated total of the project. That I do know. I also know it's going to cost way more than that, which I said when Darius Cooks first posted about it, and he was saying, yeah, I'm finna build me a house and a restaurant in Bali for $100,000. Look at God. And I was like, ain't no way. You're not getting no house and no restaurant for $100K. I don't know nothing about Bali or Bali construction or real estate. And I tell you that ain't happening. And then when I started looking at Bali real estate, I was like, they got 300, 400, 500,000 and multi-million-dollar houses over there too. I was like, yeah, nah. I knew that wasn't going to happen. Anyway, And Tommy is still asking for more money. He's also paying Tommy monthly to do all this work for him. So the business deal that Darius Cooks claims, well, and Tommy hasn't disagreed, but that don't really mean nothing. But Darius Cooks claims that Tommy is 10% owner, y'all. I think, yeah, 10% owner. Darius is 90% owner. And Tommy is also receiving a monthly salary for working on the project or being the project manager of this throughout. Now, how much he's being paid and all that, we don't know. Darius Cooks claims that even a manager at a restaurant there in Bali, I think he said, make about $400 a month. So I'm assuming that he ain't paying Tommy no more than $600-700 a month. I just don't see it. I don't see him paying. He paying Tommy the bare minimum. But Tommy seems to be managing this construction site. Now, what's going to happen after that? I don't know. Did I put a new poll question up? What was this poll question? Oh, okay. They go on to say, remember, Darius still has to furnish the restaurant, buy the food and supplies, buy dishes, hire employees, advertise, market, etc. I love seeing the scammer getting scammed. Poll question, we're closing out. Did you know that Darius Cooks is planning to escape / move to Bali in January? 83% of you did know. 17% of y'all did not know. We got the real followers of this saga over here. Y'all all in tonight. Y'all miss these updates. So here is a little footage. I had to kind of rush through this. But here is some footage of the construction site as it was a few weeks ago. 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, something like that. This is what Darius Cooks has been sharing on his Instagram.
King now. I'm going the wrong way. Hold on. Let me go this way. Okay, here goes some more. Okay, then here goes some more. Okay, then here goes some more.
No time, Anjar.
Then here goes some more. Then here goes some more. Here go the pool. Here go the pool. Right, here go the pool. It don't look like a pool right now, but you know what I'm saying. More of the pool.
Hello.
More of the site. This is actually the side of the road where they're building the fence.
Damn.
Right. You can see all the walls going up and stuff.
Okay, here's a part 2.
Oh, this is the front. Look at that traffic. Look at that traffic. It's traffic 24/7 over there, boy. 24/7. Okay? Go. All right, so that's what we got. That's the update so far. So that's where everything is currently. It's very exciting stuff, right? Very exciting stuff. The pool is gonna be, I think 4 feet is the standard size pool. I think that's what they said. Girl, I forget. I'm sorry. Girl, there's too many details. I can't remember everything. Yeah, it's a big structure. It's gonna be huge. It's enough space. It's 2 floors plus a rooftop. I'm building a restaurant and basically a restaurant and a day club in Indonesia. Ain't that crazy as hell? How you go to Bali? Girl, I went to Bali for the first time 7 months ago. And here we got a whole we got a whole half a building up. It don't take God long to move, do it? Man, it do not take God long to move on nothing. Baby, I wasn't near about thinking about Indonesia. Now look at this. Girl, I'm about to go over there and learn, teach people how to make a.
So that is the information or the update on the construction thus far of what time will tell. Darius Cooks says it's a restaurant. I don't know what Tommy might really be building over there. I don't know. I have not, the jury is still out for me. I know, I'm seeing the comment. I'm going to read a couple comments before we leave. I know what y'all have been saying for months at this point. And I know what we see as well, but I haven't seen the actual solid evidence that Tommy is scamming yet. So I'm still, again, I know no matter what, and I will keep saying this, no matter what, it's going to fall apart at some point. Something's going to go wrong because of Darius Cooks and the kind of person he is. What that's going to look like, I don't know. Now, if Tommy's a complete scammer and that happens first, I just personally haven't seen anything that shows me that yet. Unless Tommy is that great of an actor, because right now I'm still seeing him placating to Darius Cooks. I'm seeing him let Crooks treat him any kind of way. The only thing that's more suspicious to me now, and there's been stuff along the way because we've talked about it without me regurgitating it all. The thing that most recently has been suspicious to me was when he had, and I don't know, did we cover that phone call where? Did we? Let me know in the chat, because if we didn't, I'm gonna have to pull that up. But it was a phone call. Well, it was a live stream, and Darius Cooks had Tommy on the phone, and Tommy was asking for more money. I think we did cover that, for an additional floor, and he wanted, I think, another $120,000 or something. Did I ever cover that? God, it'd be so much. I can't remember if I covered it or not. But you remember a random location for 15 years ago. Said they're using matchsticks to build it. Those are bamboo sticks, but I can see that may be a part of their construction. Like, when you travel internationally, the construction, Lord God, my brain for construction terminology is spent. But the methods of construction vary depending on regions and countries and all of that. So I noticed that too. I was like, they use a bamboo as studs, but it looked like they pour concrete. So that's part of their construction. And bamboo is really strong, probably stronger than a 2x4. So this is a dumb question, but why wouldn't he hire a lawyer? He claimed he didn't need no. I don't think your question is dumb at all, Jay. Though the question is, why didn't he double check? Darius Cooks, he could have got an international lawyer. He's supposed to be so rich. Darius Cooks' claim, I'm giving you his reasoning, not common sense. I'm giving you his reasoning. He said that he didn't need all of that because they have a system there that when you sign a contract, you take it to basically like a notary, and that person puts a stamp on it, and the stamp makes it official and legal. Also, because the landowner was insisting that he wouldn't let Tommy sign the document without Crooks or something, and Crooks' name needed to be on it. Crooks felt a level of comfort in knowing, like, oh, see, the landowner looking out for me, trying to make sure I don't get got. So he feels like it's God. God is God was his international attorney. God set this all up. Right, there you go, lying on God to get hurt. Say they'll have him running back to America so fast. Say he's about to have the nicest spot in the hood. He claims that's the tourist area and that's like some up and coming area or whatever. Right, a restaurant with a pool. He claims that that's what they do out there because they've been to other restaurants that had a pool, but those were like, I think, near the beach or whatever. He's in the middle of the city. I don't know what the hell. I don't even spend too much time trying to think through her stuff. What if they conned him into building a restaurant for Tommy? That's people have been speculating that, Jane Doe. I don't know either if that's the case or not. It just seemed, for me, again, one of the red flags was the low startup cost that it started at, and we're 3 times that now, almost 4 times that. That's a red flag. That's a huge red flag. Because one of the reasons why Darius Cooks was so gung-ho in the very beginning was because he thought it was only going to cost him $100,000. It's supposed to be so cheap there. And there's no rules and no laws. They don't have no permits. They don't have this. They don't have that. Yet Tommy was going to meet with the governor. The government, he kept saying. I thought there's no permits and stuff. Why are he going to meet with the government about this structure? That makes no sense. She's gonna be saying stuff. We just saw the evidence that this is a scam. We saw the evidence. It says what phone call? Yeah, I don't know if I'm missing comments. So I don't know if I'm missing the ones. If y'all telling me if we covered Tommy talking to Darius Cooks trying to get more money out of him. It was like Darius Cooks was on his IG lives and he had Tommy in the background talking. You can hear Tommy's voice. So let me know, because if I didn't cover it, we'll definitely cover that. I think it's going to open. I just don't think it will be successful. I'm leaning towards that. Something's gonna go awry, because I think Tommy is also on the come up and hoping that through his association with Crooks, it'll open other doors, or he'll gain money and he'll become rich, because he's fascinated with Darius Cooks' alleged wealth. Okay, yes, we talked about it briefly. Okay, good. Thank you, Saint Center. I don't remember. Okay, so we'll recover it. We'll cover it again, since there may be, yeah. Okay, we're saying don't remember. I wonder also, did I do it on Patreon? Because there could have been a chance I did it on Patreon, and that's why you remember Saint. So yeah, I'll put that on the list of for our next Darius Cooks show. We'll definitely do that. He's talking too much of a risk going to another country, opening a whole restaurant with different laws, regulations, and different. Well, let him tell it ain't no laws and ain't no regulations. And the culture, he going over there to teach him his culture. He ain't trying to learn nothing from them. He trying to teach them his culture. Y'all seen them live streams. Tommy don't know who Anita Baker is. Tommy think Kool-Aid, he want to put hot water to melt the sugar cane. Tommy don't know what macaroni and cheese is. Tommy ain't never had no cornbread. He over there trying to teach them. How you go to another country and making fun of the people in their country because they don't know the stuff in your country and you and on their turf? She is crazy. Okay, a lot of people saying they don't remember that. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure. Okay, you think it was on Patreon? So that's probably what it was. I did it on Patreon, never did it publicly. That happens. Join Patreon. It's a whole different world over there on Patreon. It's this on steroids. So and it's unfiltered and uncensored. Y'all probably like, what? This ain't uncensored? Nope. This is extremely censored compared to what be happening on Patreon. We need to have an after dark too. Maybe we should do an after dark tomorrow, y'all, on Patreon, or this weekend. If not tomorrow, like Saturday or something. Is he sure they're using good material? No, he ain't sure. He don't know what the hell happening over there. He don't know nothing about no construction. No, he don't know. Tommy is a better scammer than Darius Cooks. I'm hoping so, Juicebox, but again, I don't know. Y'all saying it, and I trust y'all. Y'all are some very wise and smart people. I trust my people. I'm just personally still not seeing it, so I can't lean into it yet. But I'm seeing bits and pieces again, because that 4 times the cost. And he was trying to get a whole nother $120K out of him in that conversation. And then when Darius Cooks was like, well, I need to know what's this and what's that. And he was like, well, how much, what's your budget? He was like, 20,000. And Tom was like, oh no. Tom was like, oh no, we're trying to get way more than that out of you. Right, his construction paper business contract. I actually got that in the assets here. This was the contract for those of you who didn't know. This is the contract for the 25-year lease for land lease for the restaurant. Oh, construction paper. Mr. Williams, written in Sharpie. International business agreement in Sharpie. Those are the things that make us think they gonna get DJ Bacon beats good. They gonna get her real good. We'll see though. We'll see. They gonna get her so good she ain't gonna even have them teeth. they gonna take everything and her veneers. Okay, I'm gonna read a few comments, the ones I started, and then we'll get on out of here. I didn't click on it yet. How does he know that's his place? Jane Doe is saying, how does he know that that's his actual restaurant? I will say that based on, you can see the landmarks and the environment around it. It's the same site. That I do know. I can tell it's the same site. So if I can tell it's the same site, he can tell it's the same site. As where he was planning to build a restaurant. He knows it's the same land. Darius is too busy trying to be a DJ. Right. That's the whole other thing. We'll talk about that separate. I ain't gonna even bring that up. So maybe I'll do another slight Bali update with that and add the fact that he is trying to become some international DJ. This girl always got a grift going. So much so he was, I think it was for engagement, really, honestly. But he put out a post saying, are there any restaurant owners who would let him DJ for free to basically get practice or whatever in their restaurants? And I think this was here in the US. He wanted to do that. I don't know if nobody bit. They probably did. It's so many people who clout chase or just blinded by him. The business deal is, oh yeah, we talked about that. Tom is a big time conning him. We'll see, because I'm not. We will see. Time will tell. He would absolutely be going nuts if he sent that amount of money. Yes. He did not send $345K. Nah, I know him better than that. He piecemealing them. He's sending them the bare minimum every month. That's why he also trying to get back there. Darius scrapped the house because of the price jump increase. Right. And then I thought I heard him saying he was doing it again. So I don't know. I'm not clear if the house has come back or not. But yeah, he's been going back and forth on that house thing. I think last I heard he still wasn't going to build a house, and he's going to wait and build it somewhere else or something. Tommy's supposed to look for spots or something. He was saying some of you told you that Tommy was his Carmerville. Yeah, I'm still waiting to see it, but I hear y'all. I'm still waiting to see it though. Poor Tammy, she go on a mission trip and then works for Crooks, right? At a construction site wearing sandals. Yeah, that's been some people have been talking about. Now, I worked in construction, like real construction. I was a carpenter apprentice, and I worked on job sites and built apartment complexes and everything. We had to wear steel toe boots. It was a requirement. Hard hats, steel toe boots, our tool belt, and a bunch of other stuff. Safety was non-negotiable. However, they are in a different country, but I couldn't see building like that and having sandals on, like you're gonna lose a toe or all of them or the whole foot. I don't know. But again, it's a different culture, different. So they might not have OSHA. I guess they don't, or their version of. Don't you love hearing passing motorists while you're dining? Yeah, it sounds very loud. Maybe the structure will. It's a concrete structure, so maybe it won't be as loud. The thing is I would think he would have better business acumen and knowledge than he does, in the sense of how excited he is by the street traffic. Because just because cars are driving past don't mean they're gonna pull over and stop and get out and go in. You don't have a drive-through. If there was a lot of foot traffic, I would be like, okay, there's a decent chance that might equate or translate into patrons of his restaurant. And on top of that, it's going to be the kind of food. All of them ain't going to really care for it. So we'll see. I mean, time will tell. You'll see. We'll see. But he loves to spout every time. See all this traffic? With that old finger, ET finger. See all that traffic? Girl, that don't mean they're going to stop and pull over off them motorcycles. Them scooters. He is so excited to get scammed by time. Yeah. We'll see. Y'all saying that. We will see. Time will tell. But anyway, thank all of you for joining us again tonight. This was a wonderful live. It was great being able to catch up and give the update, etc. Please hit that like button if you have not as of yet. I got 330 viewers over here across platforms and 231 likes. So please hit that like button if you have not as of yet. And 6 new members. Oh, I didn't notice that. It tells me how many new members. 6 new members as well, channel members. Welcome, new channel members. Welcome to the fellowship. And so with that, I will see you guys. I will be back tomorrow for a daytime show, and we'll see about the nighttime. We'll see. But for a daytime show as but anyway, with that, until next time, y'all all make sure to take care and be blessed. Peace.